Greetings, humans and filth. You sure? Uh, I'm back from Jamaica / 70,000 tons of metal with Devin, of course. Devin came this time. Sorry, I'm laughing because there's a rat outside the window and Macadamia's just all squirrely. What's wrong, Macadamia? Anyway, yep, we're back. It was a great trip. For those who are asking, that's what the subject matter of the stream tonight is going to be. This is the official vacation slideshow. And me, of course, not coming back with a tan, because I don't tan, I'm Irish. I did have some freckles, though, for a couple of days afterwards, but they faded pretty quickly. What is it, Macadamia? She's mad because I'm breaking her concentration now. But how are you doing, Ad? How are you doing, Devin? Devin is, I gave him the option to join me as, like, a co-narrator, but he's not really feeling up to it tonight, so that's, you know, I'm perfectly content with doing all the talking. And, it does help that I don't have to set up another chair and adjust the camera and do all kinds of funky things with the microphone. But, yeah, yeah. I think we'll, like, wait maybe a couple more minutes for people to get in here before I show the video. Typically what I do is I show the video that I put together first with all the music and everything, and then I do like the slideshow with the pictures and the raw video. I'm sorry, Macadamia. She's still mad at me. Hey. Sorry. Anyway, hey Maddie, no worries if you're just gonna hop on for a moment and then hop back off again. Macadamia is in a bad mood. It's so funny to me how cats can go. She was like sleeping for a second there. She was in a very deep sleep under the heated blanket, and then suddenly I hear her collar jingle behind me, and she immediately jumps onto my desk, jumps onto the ledge, the window. She's staring intently out the window, like, what's out there? Yeah, we have rats. I have a bird feeder, and the birds, you know, various birds, cardinals, sparrows, woodpeckers, robins will come to it. But then at night, the rats will come and they'll try to get at it. Yeah, I know it's been like over 2 weeks since I last streamed. So, quite a while. What have you guys been up to? How have you all been? I'm sure Devin will have a lot to say during the slideshow. know that ad. You streamed quite a few times while Devin and I were gone. Of all weeks to stream, you chose to stream a bunch the week that I was had shoddy internet. That's all right. I did try to catch your stream on the boat, but because I did pay for the internet package just so I could have access to WhatsApp to keep in touch with the sitter that's watching Macadamia, but it's like really shitty. It's really shitty, slow internet for the amount that you're paying each day. Streams load like shit. Yeah, our Wi-Fi wasn't strong enough. Had to keep people entertained while you're away. Yeah, holding down the fort. Anyway, I think we'll just kind of go ahead with the slideshow. It's a little bit shorter than last year's was. Last year was about like almost half an hour. This one's only about 17 minutes, so like just under 20 minutes long. I did have a lot more video footage and I kind of trimmed it all down. Stuff that I thought that was redundant or didn't really matter too much. But I use video game music, again, as I tend to do, because those songs tend to be the safest when it comes to copyright. I mean, obviously they're copyrighted, but if I were to play, you know, like metal music or pop music or any other sort of like music that's owned by like a record label, I feel like YouTube and Twitch are a lot stricter about those kind of things, so I guess it makes sense since I was transmitting Wi-Fi in the middle of the ocean, like several hundred people. Yeah, but I mean, I feel like a lot of people weren't actually using the internet. There's a lot more to do on board than just like go online. Wi-Fi on cruise ships just sucks, alright? Alright. Well, anyway, let's just get into this, the video. Of course, my microphone's gonna be muted for this, so this is the last time you'll get to hear me for the next 20 minutes or so. See you later. That's a big engine. Excuse you. No, you gotta smile for the camera. You're not gonna fall in the ocean. No, you're not. You're being a baby. No, hey, I didn't. Who said you could? Oh no, it's the British. Wow. the video. And I do have some other like videos here just to put on as background stuff. Any other bands playing alongside from Stradivarius and Sonata Arctica? There were. I just didn't get a video of them. I saw Candlemass. I saw, of course, Sonata Arctica. Delain was there, but like they recently gutted the entire band and like almost like only one of the members is still the original lineup. Everyone else is a new person. So I don't know. It was okay, but it's not the same. Let's see. Display. There we go. I'm just gonna put this on as like background. This is just the raw video. I think Nightwish. I think Nightwish was like once on this cruise, but that was many years ago. The Great Trip. Lots of blood put into it. I do try, and I do try to like throw something together every time I go. But yeah, so Delain had an excursion. So like there are various excursions on the island with certain bands, and one of them was with Delain. I'm just like, oh, that would be cool. Like I like Delain, but then I remembered that like almost none of the original members, bar one, are still in the band. I'm just like, I don't know. It's like I'm sure they're talented musicians and everything, but like it's not the same. It's like having Queen without Freddie Mercury. Like yeah, Adam Lambert's okay, he's talented, but it's not Queen. Sabaton was many years ago. Yeah, now they have they do their own cruise. We should do that sometime. I mean, I'm sure it's really expensive. The only reason that we're going on, or we go on this cruise, is because we can go for free, because we're part of the, we're volunteers. So it's our job to build the stage that Stradivarius and Sonata Arctica and some of the bigger bands are playing on. There are other stages on the cruise ship. There's like a theater. There's like a lounge that has a little stage on it. And some of the other bands play there, like smaller bands, but the big ones play on the pool deck, the stage on the pool deck, which is the one that we're building right here. In fact, right there we were raising the towers to lift up the roof. There's the roof right there before we fully lifted it. And, yeah, still like to see Nightwish live. I saw Nightwish live. Back in like 2015. I think it was I never got to see Tarja. I never got to see Nightwish when Tarja and Ornette were still in the band. F4 was in it at that time. They were still good. Did they play nightly? Sabaton? I don't know. I've never been on the Sabaton cruise. I think they do. Like I think they play like one concert I assume. I mean, I feel like it'd be false advertising if they were to be on this cruise, call it, the Sabaton cruise, and only play one or two shows. But again, I've never been on it, so I don't know. Yeah. Also, this cruise is insane. Yeah, so bougie. It's a pretty good one. It's on Royal Caribbean. They do it, so basically 70,000 Tons charters a Royal Caribbean boat, usually either Freedom of the Seas or Independence of the Seas. They're basically identical ships, like almost carbon copies of each other. They might play and mingle with guests. Yeah, that's how it is on 70,000 Tons of Metal. There's no like green room for any of the artists. Their green room is their cabin. But other than that, they don't have any special like first class area where they can just go to get away from people. a cruise passenger just like everybody else. So Devin, can you cut your hair before going on the metal cruise? Yeah, he cut it. He actually cut it for New Year's, just to turn over a new leaf. It's a lot easier to maintain. And while I do miss his long hair, it is kind of fun to just like rub my hand against his hair. He feels like an otter. And it was probably for the better too, because it was very well. It was very windy on the ship this year. Last year wasn't so bad. It was very windy. In fact, I ended up walking out of this concert because, see, there's the stage that we built right there. I ended up walking out of this show right here because it was just so windy and I just couldn't stand it. It was just annoying me so much. And also the boat was rocking a lot, so that kind of tells you how windy it was. It was so busy that it was so windy that it was making like a huge ass cruise ship rock. And this is when we were in Jamaica. There was a lot of like when we were in Dominican Republic last year. There were like people trying to like sell you stuff in the touristy areas, but not so much to the degree that Jamaica had. Like Jamaica, it's like you every 5 feet you walked, there was like a new person who was trying to sell you stuff. Usually weed, sometimes cocaine. Like well, weed and then plus cocaine and or access to beaches or whatever. Um, and he was insane. Even even the crossing guard was trying to get something from us. We're trying to cross the road, and this guy in a uniform with like a patch and insignia and stuff, and like a stop sign was just like, "Oh, I'll help you guys cross the street." And I'm like, oh, "Okay, thanks, man." And then he's just like, "So where are you guys going? You guys want weed?" And it's just like, "Oh my god, please just leave us alone. We're just trying to get to the jerk center." Someone tried to sell you. There's a couple people I think like they're like weed, coke, beaches. Apparently, one of the guys that we worked with bought weed from one of the street vendors, and it turned out to just be tobacco. Like metal goers on a rocking ship. Bad news bears. You think he was a real crossing guard? He might have just been like, I don't know. Maybe he was a real crossing guard, and he was just trying to like direct us in a like direct us somewhere to go where like we wouldn't go too far into town. Like I don't know. Because to be fair, I don't think he ever asked us for money. I think he was just asking us like what our plans were, and was trying to like direct us to go into like a certain restaurant because I told him that we wanted jerk chicken. I just wanted jerk chicken, but I don't know. I mean, maybe he was legit. Maybe he was just dressed up as a crossing guard, but wasn't really, and he was just trying to sell us something. But uh, Maddie Savage. Oh, hey, Maddie Savage, how you doing? I recognize your name. I know that you followed recently, right? Yeah. Watched your stream, watching the Radia Stories video I'd upload. Yeah. Unfortunately, no Radia Stories tonight. Probably sometime next week. This is just sort of a vacation recap video because I just came back from a heavy metal cruise. But welcome in. I apologize that the lack of Radia Stories content for tonight. But yeah, I'm gonna play more. I took a little break from the Romaria mod to do just like I don't know, something different for the 20th anniversary. But I'm gonna go back to Romaria eventually. I tried to ignore one of the people selling us stuff, and oh yeah, he kind of did the race card. So yeah, there's this guy, one of the street vendors was just like, he thought we're just trying to like get to our destination, and all these people are just like, hey, you want to buy weed? You want to buy coke? You want to go to the beaches? And then this like one guy is just like, you don't have to be afraid of me because like we're different color, but we have the same watch. Just like I'm not afraid of you. I just don't want what you're selling, dude. Might emulate it. That was my favorite game as a kid. Dude, do it. If you don't already know what emulator to use, I suggest PCSX2. It's very good. I think the hardest thing about it is the BIOS. But yeah, it was just that was kind of an awkward conversation. It's just like it's nothing about your race, dude. We just want to get to where we're going, and like everybody is stopping us. But luckily, as we went, so we walked to the Ocho Rios Jerk Center, ate lunch, and then as we were walking back, we went to like this where like the resort area is. You don't have to pay to get in there, but you do have to pay $10 to get to the beach, which kind of sucked. But yeah, what is what it is. Luckily, none of the street vendors were there when we were on our way back. I think they mostly just kind of congregate there when people are getting off the ship. I'm like, dude, I just want jerk chicken. I just want the chicken. You know, it's kind of funny when I told my friends and coworkers that I was going to Jamaica. They're like, "Oh, are you gonna smoke the weed?" Because like that, you know, that's what people associate with Jamaica. And I'm just like, I'm not into weed. I'm just like, I just want jerk chicken. I want jerk chicken and festivals and Red Stripe beer. I am motivated by food. The jerk chicken was really good. And it's one of those things where it's just like, the thing that sucks about, you know, going somewhere and eating some sort of food is like, oh, now I want it all the time. Luckily, where I live, it's very diverse, and you can find a restaurant. You can find Jamaican restaurants. You can find Ethiopian. You can find like any sort of like ethnic restaurant. So like any type of food you want, you can probably find it somewhere. Water was really salty there, more salty than New England. Yeah, it was. The water's warm, and because it's warmer, more of the water evaporates and leaves more salt behind. So the water is saltier than it is in like cold water oceans. It was weird though because when we were in the water, it was mostly warm, but occasionally there'd be these waves of like cold water. I don't know where they were coming from. I'm guessing that it came from ships that were further out that were pushing cold water into to shore. Yeah, it's probably because more of the water evaporates. Yeah, but yeah, it was really nice there. It's really pretty. And it kind of sucks that whenever we go, when we have our port days, we only really have about 5 hours to explore and do things. It's like one of these days, I'd like to go to one of these Caribbean islands and like actually spend like a couple of days there rather than just 5 hours. It's salty because someone dissed it. Yes, indeed. How much you guys are sticking on the crowd, all wearing black. Yeah, well, I mean, like, it was a metal cruise, so everybody on the ship, or everybody who got off the ship was wearing black or some sort of like metal paraphernalia. And that is not a weed plant, but it kind of looks like one. Maybe it is. Who knows? Yeah, it was really fun. The water got cold because I unpissed. Yeah, you sucked up all the piss water into your urethra, into your uredi. It was like right on the sidewalk where there was like like a person like every 10 steps trying to sell you something, but they were all gone by the time we were going back to the ship, so it was fine. Um, what else? What else? What else? Um, oh yeah, next year we're going to Labadee, Haiti, and initially I'm just like, Haiti, like, 'cause I know how things are there right now. Like, you know, their government basically collapsed and is like just overrun with gangs and shit like that. But I guess that's mostly in Port-au-Prince, which is about like a 6 hour drive from where Labadee is. So, and Labadee is like completely fenced in with like a 15-foot wall and barbed wire and stuff. So I'm told it's safe. So I'm sure it'll be fine. That sounds like a DeviantArt fetish. Oh my god, it does. Oh, another interesting thing about Jamaica. I don't know if it shows in this video, but camo is not allowed. You're not allowed to wear camo unless you're part of the military. So like they actually sent out an email to everybody saying like, yeah, like it's illegal for you to wear camo in Jamaica if you're not part of the military, so don't wear camo um when you go to shore. But then as we were walking down that strip where all the vendors were, there was a lady who was wearing like these sweatpants that were camo. I was like, huh, yeah, she's getting away with it. I think I looked it up, and apparently it's like technically you can't wear camo, but it's also like only really enforced if it looks like you're trying to look like you're military. Like if I had worn my camo pants and my military boots, like yeah, that would probably be a problem. But like she was wearing sweatpants, like no military person is gonna wear sweatpants. Um, so I think somebody on Reddit was like they had a camo suitcase and they were concerned if that was going to cause issues, and it's literally just like no, like they only really care if you're like dressed up in full like military regalia. No camo Sabaton shorts. Yeah, at least not when you go there. You're fine on the ship. Also, no being gay. That's a big thing too. Um, Jamaica, it was a British colony until I think they gained independence in the 1960s. I forget what year it was. It was within the last 100 years, and they have these Victorian laws that are still on the books about like anti-buggery laws. So like, it's against like anal sex basically, and so basically being gay is illegal in Jamaica. But obviously we were only there for 5 hours, and we're not much into PDA anyway, so it wasn't really an issue. But yeah, I would like to spend more time like in these places just to see. I don't know. Like sure, yeah, you can go to the resorts and it's got all the modern comforts, but I'd like to I like to taste the food and meet people and get with the times Jamaica. Yeah, yeah.
Well, maybe in a bit we can go down and
We were
go down and
felons as soon as we got off the boat.
check it out.
You two are just good old chums. We're friends of Dorothy. The guy at the souvenir shop was really nice. He mailed out postcards for your friend. Yeah, yeah. Um, yeah, so like earlier when we were in that like shopping center that looked kind of like Indian, we went into this souvenir shop that was run by this guy, and he was really nice. He was just, like unlike the street vendors where it's like they would talk to you, but you knew that they had an ulterior motive, like they were trying to sell you something. That guy was just having like an honest conversation, be like, "Oh, where are you from? Oh, Chicago. That's nice. It must be cold there." Just it's small talk, but it's safe small talk. I guess you can say it's like it's not leading to somewhere. But yeah, my friend Ozzy, she bought some postcards, and I I think she bought postcards and post stamps, and I think she asked him if there was like a post office nearby she could drop them off at, and he's just like, no, I mean, like it's kind of far away, but if you just give them to me, I can mail them out for you. So yeah, that was really nice of him. And there, what planet is that? Obviously, that's the moon. Is that Jupiter that's next to it, or we saw a planet that was next to the moon? Venus, probably. Oh my god, video is having a heart attack. I've never figured out what those lollipop things are. My guess is that they're antennas. That's my only guess. Venus said no pics. Yeah, that's my only guess.
Yeah.
So there was this big like
That's
spherical
good of
thing, and the first time we went, like we tried to go up to it, but the staircase was closed off, so we couldn't go. So Devin and I were wondering what it was, and we got to the top, and it was just like a flat terrace area with hacky sack. Like, oh, that's pretty anticlimactic. And they have a rock wall, and we intended to go on the rock wall. We went on that water slide. That was pretty cool. We wanted to go on the rock wall, but we ended up forgetting about it. But maybe next year. I do love rock climbing. And then there's the bodyboarding thing. And this is when we were back in Miami. We had to get off the boat by 8 a.m. So I was a little bit of an idiot. I booked our flight back a day later than we got back. I should have booked it the day before, but I booked it the day after. So I got us a hotel in South Beach. But the problem is we had to be off the boat by 8 a.m., but we couldn't check into the hotel until 3 p.m. So that was about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, like 8 hours that we had to kill to just do nothing. And so we went to the beach for a little bit of it. And then I think we walked around Miami for a bit, but and I was fine, but Devin, what hotel? It was the Whitelaw. It was on Collins Avenue, so just a block away from the beach. Hey, Catherine, how are you? Um, yeah, it was this old, like Art Deco building, very similar to the ones that you're seeing right here on Ocean Drive. But yeah, we had like 8 hours to kill. I was fine, but Devin was exhausted. We were at the Delano on our honeymoon. Was that in South Beach, or was that in like another part of Miami Beach? Because I know in South Beach, that's where all the old Art Deco buildings are, and then as you go further north, there's more. It gets more modern. I wanted to stay in one of the historic hotels. We stayed at like a Days Inn. Days Inn. That was like just outside of the airport for the first night before the cruise, and then the night after the cruise, we stayed at the Whitelaw in South Beach. Hopefully, the hotel Wi-Fi was a bit better. Yeah, hotel Wi-Fi was so much better. It's an old all-white Art Deco building. Oh, nice, nice. Yeah, the thing that sucked is that I mean, we still couldn't check into our room early because Devin wanted to sleep, but we also, since it's an old building and it's very small and not a lot of storage space, they couldn't check our luggage. But I used this app called Bounce. I just learned about it. It's actually a pretty nifty app. So like various like bars and restaurants and other businesses around like the area will check, or they'll hold on to your bags for a small fee. And so I was able to drop off our luggage at this Mexican cafe that was just around the corner for like, I don't know, like $15. I think it ended up being like $15 for like the few hours that we left it there. So it was fine. How hot was it down there? It was like, it wasn't too bad. It was like maybe 75, 80, somewhere teetering in that area. It's kind of creepy. Oh, an interesting thing. It's an interesting place, but I didn't really think it was worth the money. Kind of creepy. Oh, yeah. Was it just, did it seem haunted, or like,
Oh my god, there's a parade.
apparently it's one of those places that a lot of celebrities stay at? Huh, interesting. And yeah, this is, these autonomous wheelchairs that are in Terminal D, which is where all the American Airlines flights are. They don't. Last time I came, I took Southwest, so I didn't see these. Apparently, these are exclusive to American Airlines, or they're exclusive to Miami Airport and Terminal D, which is where the American Airlines flights are.
Need no.
So that explains why I didn't see them when I took Southwest.
Somebody gets in the way.
They're self-driving, and if someone gets in the way, they stop and they just kind of stand there awkwardly for a second, and then go around. Feels old and feels like it could be haunted. Reminds me of a hotel in American Horror Story. Yeah, that's valid. We saw these things when we first came in, um, and one of my friends was just like, "Oh my god, this is like so Florida that you've got self-driving wheelchairs for all the old people." that come to Florida to retire. Alright, that was the video. And this is where I show you the photos. This is not very interesting, but this was at O'Hare. I thought I took a picture of this because the toilet had this little shelf above it for you to keep your luggage, which I thought was kind of nifty and interesting. I said that. The toilet with the shelf on it. Because most toilets, they either have like a purse hook or something like that. Well, I don't know. I don't know. I feel like purse hooks aren't even a thing anymore, or like bag hooks or whatever. But I did appreciate that they had this little shelf for people to put their luggage, even if it's Florida's two modes: self-driving wheelchairs and alligator. Yeah. So like, this is where we go into more detail about the trip. So we had a couple of snags in the travel. When we got to Miami, there was a shuttle that was supposed to pick us up, and me and my friends were all staying at the hotel, or the same hotel, and my friend called the hotel and said like, "Hey, we're staying at your hotel. Where do we go to get picked up by the shuttle?" And so she told us where to wait. We waited there. And, a couple of shuttles come by. One of them, this guy shows up. He says, like, he lists off, like, Days Inn, some other, like, hotels. And, like, there's a lot of Days Inn in Miami. So I don't know if it's the right one. So my friend goes up to him and asks, like, shows him his phone, shows him the address of the place that we're going to. He's like, is this the hotel that you're going to? He looks at it, he goes, no. And then, we're like, okay, whatever. Drives off. We wait for an hour and a half, and it turned out that guy lied to us. He was going to the hotel that we asked him about, so we ended up waiting for almost 2 hours at that fucking arrival or departures area for the shuttle because the guy lied to us. Looks like Delano closed. Oh no. But yeah, this is where Devin and I stayed. There was this nice little area where they had like a bunch of palm trees and stuff. I'm gonna put on music. Should I put on music? I feel like it's kind of quiet in here. Alright, yeah. And then we went to this Honduran restaurant. We went there last year. It was pretty good. I forgot what I got there though. My memory's slipping from me, but that's so from left to right. That's Julian, that's Eddie, and then that's Ozzy. It's not letting me, yeah, with the sunglasses. And then of course there's Devin in the background, looking very confused. And then there's me. And then Julian, of course, is playing his Game Boy Advance SP. I don't even remember what game he was playing. We were waiting for the, so, if we weren't done waiting long enough for the shuttle to the hotel, we also had to wait like a ridiculously long amount of time for the shuttle to the cruise port. So, we were there waiting. We ended up eventually getting on the ship. That was the ship that we took. Independence of the Seas. We took Freedom of the Seas last year. It's basically the same ship. And that's our cabin. They were nice enough to... So those are technically 2 twin beds. They can either come apart, or you can call and have the crews push them together. When we got into our room, they were already pushed together into a king-size bed, so that was nice. And then, of course, there's the cake. And I was really, really bummed... Game Boy Advance SP, respect this traveling and all stuff. Yeah. So, like... the cake is really good. I had it last year, but unfortunately they started our shift an hour earlier than they did last year. Originally, I think we were scheduled to start at 4 p.m., but they pushed it to 3 p.m., so we had to start an hour earlier. And that meant that we missed the cutting of the cake and we missed the serving of the cake, and we didn't get to have that delicious fluffy cake. But at least I got to look at it. And then that's Miami as we were leaving. where one of my coworkers was like, "So long, America. Hopefully you have your shit straightened out by the time we get back." Spoiler alert, it wasn't. The biggest disappointment, I know. No cake for us. The cake was a lie. Well, the cake wasn't a lie. We just had to work. But anyway, we worked 3 p.m. to 2 a.m. Then we pretty much just crashed into our cabin for the rest of the night. Then the next day we went around, kind of explored. Devin found this game that's basically like skee ball, but it's bowling. I think you saw it in the video. And then he won me this little sparkly rubber ducky from the claw machine. There was a one that was like this, that was green. It was a sparkly green one, and I wanted it because it looked like Alkandar's. But it was really far up against the wall that the claw couldn't get to it. Did you hear about the 4-year cruise? No, I didn't. What is that? But oh yeah, here's me. Imagine how happy I was being able to float this thing around in the hot tub. I have an Ailstorm rubber ducky, and I could have brought it, but I forgot to. Archduke Franz Ferdinand, yeah, that's what Devin called him. Or they sacrificed for macadamia. Too bad Meal's asleep. I know. Yeah, so like this claw machine, it was all rubber duckies. And I told Devin, I was like, I want the sparkly green one, and he couldn't get the sparkly green one, so he got me the sparkly yellow one. Looks melted. Yeah. I feel like a lot of them are. My Ailstorm one is also kind of melted too. Her and her duckies. She would be in... If they could open up that claw machine thing and she could just like jump in, she would be in Mila heaven. So we would go to the Windjammer for breakfast and lunch. It's like a all-you-can-eat buffet. And you can technically go in there for dinner and midnight snack, but we always go there. We always go to the dining hall for dinner because it's gourmet food. Devin and I got the I don't know if you can see it, but that's calamari right there. Like at Marvin's. I love that you wear the elf ears in the hot tub. I gots to. I brought the elf ears specifically just to wear them on the cruise. But I wouldn't wear them where it's the Windjammer, yeah. Good old Windjammer. This is the jerk chicken that we ate. It was so good. And that right there are they're called festivals. It's basically fried cornbread, and then of course Red Stripe beer, which is a Jamaican beer. It was really like it's a lager, I think. Either a lager or a pilsner. But it tastes almost kind of fruity. It doesn't taste like, you know, your typical piss water beer. And while we were eating, oh man, I think I have it right here. So like we were eating, and we noticed that this guy like came up kind of behind us, and I noticed that he was sketching something. I thought that he was sketching all of us, and we're just kind of like, oh my god, he's gonna ask us for money for this thing that he's drawing us. Turns out he was only drawing me. He said something to me about like, oh, like Bob Marley would love your hair. I still have it. I had to fold it up because I couldn't really properly fit it in my bag. But yeah, you know, he did ask for money, and I gave it to him. I'm just like, you know what, I respect the grind, and I do respect the talent. You know, you did put effort into this. It's not just some guy like, you know, hassling you for nothing. And in the bathroom, they had kind of interesting sinks. So they, instead of having valves that you turn, or yeah, I guess valves that you turn to turn on the water, they had this rod that was in the middle of the faucet that you push forward to make the water go. Have they ever had crab rolls? I don't know. They might have. They change up the dining hall changes up the menu every so often. They had I might have a picture of it. That's us at the Jerk Center. Let's see if I can. No, that's not it. Sorry, gotta go back to the shift rod picture. The night that we came back from Jamaica at the dining hall, they had like jerk pork chops, I think, and some other things too. But yeah. It's like again, it's like respect. Honestly, like if I'm gonna pay money for anything, like I'll pay money for like art that somebody made by hand, and like right in front of me. So yeah, it wasn't the dining hall; it was one of those places downstairs. Oh, like in the promenade. They might have. But yeah, that's I don't know why Guy Fieri was here. Maybe I guess he might have visited this place. But yeah, that's me and Devin. And then we walked around this park area. It was actually really quiet, and you could hear birds and stuff like that. They also had Caribbean chicken, which was just jerk chicken, which I guess was what Caribbean chicken would be. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, yeah, I would have gotten the Caribbean chicken, but I already had jerk chicken for lunch. But I do want to have jerk chicken again. And then, of course, they had a big sign that you could take your picture in front of. That's Devin in the water. I thought it would have been different. Yeah, no, it was just jerk chicken. Then, there's me at the beach with the ship in the background. It's getting towards the end. That beautiful area with all the fish and the ivy vines. Then the whole, like, welcome to Jamaica. There wasn't really, like, a customs process. When we got off the ship, you just kind of scan your key card and go. But, I only saw the welcome to Jamaica sign after we were coming back. That's alright. That's a sort of a panoramic view of Ocho Rios. An interesting thing about Ocho Rios, so despite the name, it's not actually Spanish. Like, you think ochos means like 8, whatever. But it's actually, I think it actually comes from it comes from Chorrillos, which means waterfalls, because Ocho Rios has a lot of waterfalls. So that's what Ocho Rios is known for, is its waterfalls. I believe it was also either the birthplace of Bob Marley, or like it was something very significant about Bob Marley, because there's like Bob Marley specific stuff there, like his childhood home, I think it was. Actually, I should look that up. Let's see, Bob. Where was he born? Now, he was born in 9 Mile, Jamaica. So what's the significance of Ocho Rios? Yeah. Well, I look up Ocho Rios. I guess it's just oh, no, the Bob Marley Museum is in Kingston. I don't know. The fact that he's Jamaican. But, yeah, whatever. I have to head off now. It was fun hanging out. No worries. Take care. Thanks for hanging out. Probably everywhere in Jamaica wants to sell Bob Marley stuff. I know. That's fair. But yeah, have a good night. Again, like this stream's probably not going to be as long as my typical streams are. I think last year when I did a stream like this, it was like an hour and a half long. So it's probably gonna be more or less the same. Anyway, yeah, these are just some pictures of Miami Beach. So I'm interested in the architecture and the the flora and fauna. It's kind of, I think that's a hotel. But I thought it looked kind of cool with the little tower up there. Yeah. Just pictures of palm trees. This was this sort of bike path, walking path that was along the beach. It's really pretty. And then, of course, Miami Beach at night, it's all lit up. The scenery does go pretty hard. It's like when, you know, and it's probably because we're not from there that's, you know, it looks cool to us. People come to Chicago and they're like, oh, yeah, they're taking pictures of everything. It's just like, I've seen this all before. Just a bunch of old buildings. But you're on Blue Sky. Do you like it? I have an account, but I guess the algorithm hasn't figured me out yet because I'm not super into the stuff I get shown. Really into Threads, though. I don't know. I don't use Threads. I think I got an account, but I don't use it ever. Blue Sky is okay. The problem is, like, nobody's on it. Like, I know, you know, people don't want to use Twitter for obvious reasons, but most of the Japanese Radia Stories fan artists I follow are on Twitter and they don't have Blue Sky. Just because they don't really know about it. So I stay on Twitter mostly for that. And I don't like how on Blue Sky you can't schedule posts, so that kind of sucks. Devin and I, so like the night that we were staying in Miami, we went to this pizza place that was around the corner. And it's like night and day. Like on Ocean Drive and Collins Avenue, it's totally fine, but then you like go like a block west, and then like we're sitting outside eating, and there's like these weird guys, like these guys on drugs who are just doing weird shit. There was this white guy who was like, he's like, fuck white people, we kill white people on Wednesdays. I'm just like, I'm just gonna eat my pizza. It was so weird. Like, I'm just like, what day of the week is it? It's not Wednesday, is it? But yeah, like, I'm just like, don't make eye contact, let's just eat our pizza and then we'll go. I'm still contemplating making a Blue Sky, not sure if I'd make it a streaming account or just a private account. Yeah, that's fair. I mean, like, I'm accustomed to just weird people. I just thought it was weird. It was just kind of funny how the guy who was saying all this stuff was white himself. And then he was saying, we kill white people on Wednesdays. And I'm just like, what day of the week is it? Anyway, yeah, that's pretty much it. That's really all I got to show you for now. But yeah, it was a fun trip. I think Devin liked it too. The work pace was, I think, different than Devin's used to. So we work a lot. Like, we work we do a lot of, like, heavy lifting and heavy labor and stuff like that, but we'll, like, do it for, I don't know, maybe 10 minutes, and then we'll take, like, a 10-minute break until someone finds us a new task to do, and then we'll do, like, more strenuous work. But Devin, I don't know, I guess he didn't really like it too much because he's used to, like, the constant go, 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 go. And he's not used to these, like, breaks in between. My dad went for a run in Jamaica, and some of the locals yelled after him, run, white boy, run. Funny story, my dad, back in, like, this was either, like, the 80s or the 90s, he was, he had, like, a deposition somewhere on the south side, and he caught the red line at 95th, which is, like, the farthest south that you can go, and it's really kind of in the hood. And he was going down the escalator as, like, the train was about to leave, and he said that the train conductor was just like, come on! He's like, you don't want to be waiting here. But yeah. Maybe we should go back to Miami Beach on a Wednesday and see if that guy is... That's the guy if he's killed any white people. Anyway. Yeah. that's just gonna be it for tonight. I mean, like, I know it's kind of a short stream, but I do have more streams coming up this week. One of them is more Ocarina of Time because I've been sitting on Ocarina of Time for so fucking long. I streamed like the Shadow Temple a month ago, and I still need to get through the Spirit Temple. The shit temple. The Spirit Temple. But yeah, that's what tomorrow is. The Spirit Temple is tomorrow, Ocarina of Time, and then the day after that is a fuck it Friday. We're doing Ty the Tasmanian Tiger 2, Bush Rescue. I don't know. I was debating whether I should replay the first Ty as like a fuck it Friday to sort of refresh everyone's memory, but I don't know. I mean, if I get to playing Ty 1, I'm not going to stop. I'm just going to keep on playing it all the way through. So I think it's best that I just skip over that one, leave the first playthrough as it was, and skip ahead to Ty 2 for a fucking Friday. Other than that, what else is there to say? Not a whole lot, really. Let's see. Look at my calendar. You guys caught a glimpse of it before. Yeah, tomorrow's Ocarina of Time. Friday is Ty 2. And, yeah, that's pretty much it. That's it for the rest of the week. Anyway, again, it was a short stream. I really appreciate that you guys joined me for it. And you humored me while I just do, like, basic white boy showing you my vacation slideshow shit. But, here's to next year. Next year we're going to Labadee. Anyway, maybe I don't know. Should I do a raid? Nah, I don't think I should raid tonight. I think it's best to just leave it here. All right, everyone. Thank you all for joining me. Have a good night. Take care. I'll see you all tomorrow night for The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time. Take care. Have a good night, everyone.